We finished our first meet, and we did pretty good. Not the best, but we did pretty good for scrapping a robot last minute. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you most likely haven't seen our first video. And if you haven't, you should definitely go check that out right now. But if you do know what I'm talking about, welcome back! But before you see what happens next, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You know, all that YouTube stuff. Also, check out our description to see our amazing Instagram and website. And if you want to support us, which would be much appreciated, you can donate on Buy Me a Coffee. Thanks, and now, on to the video. So what are the next steps? What happens next? Well, there were a few faulty things to our design that we found out during our first meet, which is part of the engineering process. I don't think you'll ever meet an engineer that will tell you that everything goes right the first time. There's always problems, and engineers always have to solve these problems as they go. It is important to keep persevering and keep making things better. So, what exactly did we need to redesign?
After meet one, we knew we had to do a lot of changes to our team and our robot in order to keep performing well. And one of the things we did was we changed our claw and we got a hanging device.
As you know, we didn't have a hanging device for our first meet, as the hook snapped last minute. Now, let's backtrack a little bit to learn more about the original design of a hook. So, I'm actually the one who 3D catted the original hooks, and they were just what you would imagine a hook to be, and they would attach to the long extrusion above the claw. However, we didn't completely think this through. We printed our tiny hooks with PLA plastic, which is not very strong, but is common for 3D printing. At first, we thought we were going to print our hooks with ABA plastic, which is very strong and used for manufacturing. However, we found out later we didn't have a type of 3D printer to print with ABA plastic, so we had to print with PLA. We weren't quite sure it would hold, and we were right. Hence, our hook snapping right before the competition. So we didn't have a hanging mechanism during meet 1, which was fine since it was the first meet. But if we didn't get a new hanging mechanism soon, we would be missing out on a lot of points in the upcoming meets. So we needed to find a hanging mechanism. We were always thinking in the 3D printing realm, but as we bounced ideas around, we realized that wouldn't really work since we didn't have access to ABA plastic. Sometimes in engineering, you need to stop looking from one perspective and look from another to finally get to your solution.
So I was overcomplicating it by wanting to 3D print things, but our teammate was like, why don't we just attach two metal bars in the elevator? And then I was like, oh, that's a good idea.
So that's exactly what we did. If you see in this picture right here, there's two metal bars extruding from the robot. That is how we hang. We don't use hooks. We just use the angle in between our robot and those metal bars to hang. This is a quick solution that saved us a lot of time. So instead of focusing on our hanging system, we gotta focus on other more important things such as our claw. But before we show you how we redesigned our claw, this is a short video of our robot hanging in a competition. Great, so our robot can now hang. Now it's time to discuss how we completely redesigned our claw. Well, why did we redesign it? We already redesigned it before. Wasn't it good enough already? It worked, right? Well, it worked, but not as good as we wanted it to.
So we changed the claw because the old claw got stuck on the floor a lot and would stop us from moving. So what we did is we rounded out the edges, and instead of making it come from the top, we made it come from the side.
Open.
And yeah, open from the side.
Pretty good fix because we 3D print everything.
Yeah.
So if you have trouble visualizing like me, you probably didn't really get what they meant by the difference between our claw designs. So here's a little visual. This was our first claw design. It went directly over the pixel and closed on it. It was very precise and it dragged on the floor, like Nicoli said. This was our second claw design. which, like Nicoli said, opened up more. Since it was wider, it was less exact, and the drivers could pick up pixels more easily. Here's a quick video of how amazing our new claw worked during a meet. So that's how we completely redid our claw and our hanging mechanism, which put us in a really great position for our next meet. What would put us in a better position would having an autonomous, except...
So with all these engineering problems we were having with the claw and like other things, we didn't really have a lot of time for the autonomous, which is like the part where the robot moves by pre-coded like instructions. And that was pretty hard on us, the programming team, because usually we'd have to program it on the practice field day of the match, which doesn't really go well.
So autonomous for this season was really a no-go, but we did focus on another really important part of FIRST, outreach. Another big part of FIRST, besides making a robot, is outreaching to our community, which is what this video is doing. Also, we do demonstrations. For example, we did a demonstration at our local library called the Barber Bush Library. Our demonstration started at 10, so we had to get there pretty early to set everything up.
So we set up our field and we set up a slideshow and like seats for people to learn about our team, and that was really fun. We got to show off our team to families. There were a lot of small children, and that's great because we get to introduce them to like what is robotics, what is FIRST, and maybe get them started on like a long STEM career path.
In the back, I was presenting a presentation about our process, which is basically about everything we covered over this video and the last video.
Me personally, I'm really proud of Izzy. Izzy did amazing. She did the whole slideshow. The slideshow looked fantastic. She's really good at explaining everything about our team. Izzy's the GOAT.
Overall, it was just a really fun, rewarding experience where we got to outreach to our community, and we're so glad we got this opportunity. So that's it for this video. Next video, we'll be showing you what it's like to actually go to a FTC meet, specifically footage from Meet 2. So make sure to check back in and see you in the next video.
If you want to follow us on our robotics journey, like and subscribe and click the notifications bell, and see you in our next video.